Hello, Facebook Live. Marcus here. It is, I don't even know what time it is. It's been another super busy day here. We are packing groceries today. I am starting to make some stuff for our tequila and rock and roll hangout, virtual hangout. Mother's Day is coming up. We have just a bunch of really cool stuff going on. And I wanted to talk about some things here in New York. And no, I'm not breaking the law. So I want to talk about that as well. Hello, everybody who's tuning on. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Laura. Hello, Hillary, and others that are on right now. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Jane. So I want to talk about all this cool stuff that we're doing here at Aroma Time. And I announced something yesterday for the very first time, and I'm going to come back and talk about it again because we're changing. We're gonna, even when things go back to normal, we are changing things up here at the restaurant. We are going to change our menu. We're going to change the pricing. We're going to lower the prices on a lot of things and mix things up, and some really cool, exciting things. We're going to be doing frozen drinks at the bar, so we'll have a frozen Negroni at all times. We'll have a frozen rosé wine, frosé, on at all times. We're buying some machines. We've been thinking about this for a while. So Jamie and I have really had we haven't had time, but we've had a lot of contemplating, not contemplating or bringing us back to ground zero, so to speak, on everything that we've been doing at the restaurant. This has been an amazing learning experience for Jamie and I, even though we had a successful business before. And right now, Jamie and I, the last 8 weeks, we've been working harder than ever. We've not taken a day off. We've had no wine reps come in to taste us on wine. We've gone to New York. We haven't gone to New York City at all. A lot of times we head to New York City and go to wine events and have a leisure day of work in New York City, and then go out to dinner with restaurateur friends, things like that, and sort of considered work because we're in the industry. But Jamie and I have really been every single day, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. in this building, busting our butts. So throughout all this learning process of adjusting a business, literally sometimes every other day we're thinking, okay, what do we have to do to be successful, to move forward, to keep sales up, to keep you happy, to be a service to the community. So Jamie and I have done a lot of thinking on that side. And so we're coming up with a new menu, new format, really, really cool. So it's going to be really great. Jamie, can you go grab me out of the 3-door cooler a couple of the morel mushrooms? So we got some morel mushrooms in yesterday. I want to show them off right now. They came here locally from the town of Worsing. So morel season is upon us. We're going to be serving those maybe as early as starting tonight. Morel mushroom risotto. Now, if you don't know what a morel is, I'll talk about it in a minute. Jamie's going to bring me one and bring us a couple and show us. So what I wanted to talk about is we are now legally allowed to sell you wine, beer, and cocktails to go. Previously, we could not sell you wine to go, and we could not sell you cocktails to go, and I sure couldn't sell you a bottle of booze to go. So the way the new law temporarily works is we can do that. We're not a liquor store. There's two types of licenses in New York, on-premise or off-premise. Off-premise means you go into the store, you buy it, and you take it off-premise. On-premise, you buy the liquor in the store, in the restaurant, and you consume it on-premise. So off-premise license, on-premise license. Well, the New York State has allowed all the on-premise licenses to act as an off-premise as well. So you can take it to go, and we can act like a liquor store. The one thing that we cannot do, that we've never could do, is offer free alcohol. If a restaurant is offering you free alcohol, complimentary alcohol, things like that, that is breaking the law. If I were to buy this for $30 and sell it to you for $29, I'm breaking the law. Because the way the law reads in New York is, I cannot lose money on alcohol. It's illegal for me to lose money, because it could give a restaurant an unfair advantage, right, over another restaurant. If I were to go in and just advertise something below cost and give it away, then another restaurant would lose out. The same thing if you offer it for free. So as soon as a restaurant starts offering alcohol for less than they pay for it, the restaurant can have problems with the New York State Liquor Authority. So for example, when we do our wine and beer dinners, let's say we do a wine dinner, and it's 5 wines, 5 courses, and it's $50. I actually break that down so I show enough profit in the wine, and the food they don't really care about. but I have to show profit that I've sold the wine for a profit or the whiskey for a profit in a combination meal like that. So that's how that reads. So very rarely will you ever see a restaurant say free this, free alcohol when you buy this free drink, because if they say free, they can lose their license. If somebody reports them, that's all it takes, somebody just to report them, they will suspend their license temporarily and get a slap on the wrist and probably get a fine. So anytime that happens, a restaurant is risky. And most restaurants know that. So as soon as you see the word complimentary, free, things like that, if I were to technically buy a drink for somebody, I'd have to take money out of my pocket and put it in the register so that drink is covered, right? So that's how that works. But if a person's already had 4 drinks and the house buys them the 5th one, you've made money on that whole combination of 4 drinks. So the liquor authority does not want you to advertise losing money, whether you're losing $1 or whether you're giving it away. The liquor authority does not like that at all. So, and there's a lot of other really interesting laws. Chrissy's saying, so any restaurants offering free alcohol drinks, say with the purchase, yes, that's exactly right, Chrissy. Breaking the law and risking their license. If the liquor authority catches wind of that, they will give them a letter and probably really enforce that, because that is totally breaking the law. It used to be illegal for you to walk outside of my premises with alcohol in a bottle, but now they've adjusted that law. So, folks, I can literally, you can buy 1 pizza. The only thing in the law right now is for takeout liquor is you have to buy food. I could sell you an order of $5 hummus, and I can make you 30 margaritas, and I can deliver those, and I'm not breaking the law. So don't expect for this law to be like this once the lockdown is lifted, once they start reopening the state, because that law will go back to what it used to be. So don't go to your favorite restaurant and say, well, last month you made me 2 margaritas to go and now I can't have them, because they're not going to be able to do it. So that's the way the law reads. You could never be able to walk outside. So here in the restaurant, for example, in the front here, I have sidewalk dining. I have that registered with the state of New York, with the liquor authority. It's mapped out. I have a certain point of entrance and a certain exit point. So I couldn't have just open sidewalk seating and have tables anywhere that you could drink alcohol in front. It has to be a defined area with 1 point of entry and exit in that area. So if I took away my fence and put tables there, I'd be breaking the law. That's how that works. You have to have some kind of border barrier or something. So when you go to New York City, they do it very well. You see all those restaurants with all the metal fencing or metal partitions there. They do it very well like that there. They're much more strict in New York, or follow the law much more strict. A lot of restaurants, some restaurants up here don't quite get involved with that. And a lot of restaurants just don't know the laws. There's so many laws with the liquor authority that for them to expect us to know them all is a job in itself. So it gets really, really tricky when it comes down to it. So we always have to make sure that we're following law. And the thing is, you can call the liquor authority and ask the person answering the phone, and they could tell you a different answer than actually that the attorney would tell you, the prosecuting attorney. So you have a prosecuting attorney, you have inspectors, and you have the person who answers the phone. You can get 3 different answers from all 3 of them. So if you're a restaurant owner and you call the liquor authority, you make sure that you know who you're talking to, you get their name, you get it in writing, and you get a double confirmation, because it's not worth risking your license for anything. So that's how that works with the liquor authority. It can be very painstaking. Until a few years ago, they would walk in and inspect the place, and if you had a gnat, little fruit fly in your bottle, they would fine you per bottle a couple $100. That was another law. And they changed that law a few years ago and said, okay, this law, it's not too fair on the restaurateurs. At least they need to be making an effort to be doing something, but we're not going to fine them anymore. So they do things, they update things like that, and they do things. So we can go on and on. It'd be interesting to actually interview one of the prosecuting attorneys or one of the inspectors from the liquor authority to see all the things that are really in there that are written, because I'm sure I'd even be shocked on some of them. There's like, if you go to a bar and they're making like celery vodka behind the bar in a container, Like if they like some, there's great bars in the city that do this. By the way, I've been to them and I've ordered the stuff. But you walk in and behind they have a big vat and they have celery in it and peppercorns and spices and they fill it up with vodka. And then you want a Bloody Mary, they go into that vodka and they use it. Doing that's illegal too because you're not allowed to remove the contents of this into another container that's unlabeled. When I serve this, it has to be from the container. I can't serve this from a vat. I can't serve it from another vessel. I can't do that. I'm allowed to take vodka, I'm allowed to take all these out and mix them to order and then serve it to you like that. But I'm not allowed to pre-mix anything. And I'm not even allowed to take anything and drop it into the bottle and alter it. So if I want to make, let's say, vanilla vodka, and I took a couple bottles of Grey Goose or whatever vodka, we don't serve Grey Goose, but if I took some vodka, and I drop some vanilla beans in there and let them sit to get this beautiful vanilla vodka, I'm actually breaking the law. I can't do that. I've altered the original contents of here while it's in the vessel. Not allowed to do that. And I can't remove it from the vessel and alter the contents because then again, it's not even altering. I can't even put it in another vessel and serve it because it has to be recognized by the brand. You have to be able to recognize it. So the list goes on and on of rules. Super Bowl pools, totally illegal in restaurants. Liquor licenses, you can't do a Super Bowl pool. I had somebody that was doing a Super Bowl, the boxes. I wasn't doing it, but somebody was doing it, and they said, we'll meet at aroma time, and the Liquor Authority got a hold of that. I think somebody reported me, actually. Even though I wasn't me doing it, it was somebody else doing it, and said, we're doing this, here's the money. I didn't take anybody's money. They took the money, and they said, okay, we're going to meet at aroma time and watch the Super Bowl. And I had nothing to do with it. And I actually got a letter from the Liquor Authority saying that I need to stop that. And it wasn't even, they caught wind of it on Facebook, and somebody posted Super Bowl boxes, meet at aroma time, and the Liquor Authority picked that up, or I think somebody reported me. I think it was another restaurant that said, hey, Marcus is breaking the law. And it wasn't even me. So I just got a slap on the wrist for that, and basically just had to tell them, hey, you guys can't even mention my name. You guys want to do that? Don't mention my name. Don't say you're meeting at the restaurant. Totally illegal. So, yeah. All right. Enough with Liquor Authority stuff because it can get very confusing. And, of course, we don't want to break the law, so I'm trying not to break the law. And I don't think I'm breaking the law, but who knows? These right here. These are morel mushrooms. These are in season right now. These grow here and throughout the Pacific Northwest and in through Iowa and in through Colorado and in through France. And these are amazing mushrooms. And these mushrooms are only in season for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 the most. That's it. All right. So look at those beauties. Look at those beautiful morels. Those are right from around the corner here. Those are from the area. And those, we are going to make some amazing risotto. Patrice, I got to go out and forage later. Yes, go forage. These are out there right now, folks. If you have a spot, your morel spot, go out there and get them. They are here, and they are amazing. And we're going to be making risotto. We're going to be doing Mother's Day brunch risotto with those. We're doing a Mother's Day takeout, which I'm going to get to next. Before I do that, back to liquor. We are doing a tequila tasting, a virtual tequila tasting with Siete Leguas this Saturday. We're going to, you come to the restaurant, you pick up your tequila kit. We're going to have, these are 4-ounce containers. We're going to fill them up, 1 person, 2 people, half or full, with the silver, the reposado, and the anejo. We're also going to give you food. Not morels, but we're going to make you a salmon cake, or Jamie's making her chocolate for the anejo. And from there, you take it home. Saturday night, I send everybody a Zoom link. Zoom is a program online. You have to have internet access to do this. Phone or internet, you have to have this. And I send you the link. You log on, and we're all in squares, and we all get to see each other and talk about the tequila. I lead the show, and we do a 101 on tequila. And we talk about tequila. We talk about Siete Leguas, which was the original producer of Patron. They made Patron from 1990 to 2002. When Patron was sold, Patron blew up. A big company bought them, and they built their own distillery. So Siete Leguas still uses a Tohono wheel Tohono wheel that's pulled by a mule. So Siete Leguas, this family that owns this distillery is like the Mondavis of Napa. They're a very well-respected tequila family in Jalisco, in Mexico. When I first bought their product, I was interviewed by, I think, the Times Herald Record, and I recommended their tequila. It showed up in a news search, and the owner of the distillery actually emailed me and said, the family said, please come visit us and check out what we're doing. And that's, folks, that's what we like, that personal connection. So we're gonna fill up jars. Just got these glass jars, not plastic, glass jars. These are good to be reusable. Don't throw these out when you're done with them. Reuse them, bring them back. We'll fill them back up with tequila. You go home. Saturday at 8:30. Chris Arndt is in. All right, Chris, awesome. We have Fisher and Keen, the musicians. They're going to be playing out of her bus. If you've ever seen Debbie Fisher's bus, she has a 14-seater school bus that she redid the inside and painted it like Woodstock. It's like the official Woodstock bus. It's a really cool bus. She's going to have the tequila kit too. Her and Paul have the tequila kit and the food. They're going to be on the call, and they're going to be playing songs. They're going to be playing music in between our tequila tasting. So that's what's happening. It's going to be a lot of fun. Chris is saying thanks for using glass. I actually special ordered these from Uline because I could have easily used the plastic that we had here. And I'm like, you just can't put hard alcohol in plastic. You really shouldn't be putting anything in plastic, but it's common. It's a very common thing. And I said, I'm definitely not putting alcohol in plastic. So these are glass sealable containers. These are nice containers. I just bought these from Uline. They just came in today. They're 4 ounces. You can save these, reuse them, recycle them. So Debbie and Paul will be playing music in between us, drinking tequila and eating food. I'll be on. I think the importer is going to be on as well from the company, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. He's going to try to make it. And we're just going to have a great time. It's called a Tequila and Rock and Roll Virtual Hangout with Jamie and I and Fisher and Keen and anybody else who's joining. $35. You get 3 tequilas, the 2 ounces, 2 ounces of tequila, and food. If you don't want food, $25, you get the tequila. So that's how that works. All right, that's going to be awesome. Mother's Day. By the way, we're giving out free gloves, folks. Come in and get a free gloves. People come in every day. We have vinyl gloves for free. We have free gloves. We're giving ionized water out for free. High quality, antioxidant-rich, microclustered water. Good for your body, good for your immune system. Drink water, get sunshine, eat healthy food. You're not going to find that anywhere on mainstream media. The mainstream media is not talking about building your immune system, folks. Build your immune system. Eat high-quality food. Get exercise. Get sunlight. Get vitamin D. Take vitamin C. Do things that you know they're going to boost your immune system, all right? Super important right now. Super important anytime, but right now, really. If you're a smoker, cut back on smoking. Not really a good thing to do with a long respiratory virus going around globally. So do things to boost. Beet juice. We sell beet juice here. Beet juice is great for nitric oxide. Get oxygen. Get your blood flowing. Amazing immune booster. Nitric oxide. Somebody asked for tart cherry juice last week. It's coming in today. Organic, 100% tart cherry juice, not from concentrate. We also have pomegranate juice. I take a pomegranate complex every day for my heart. That's another good thing. Pomegranate juice, pomegranate complex. Honor yourself, folks. Honor yourself and take care of your immune system. Besides washing your hands and doing common sense things, do things that are going to make a difference in your health. Take responsibility for your health and do the right thing. Okay, we all know that cheese fries are not good, that ice cream's not good. We know what certain things are good for us. Eat good things, all right, folks? Now, back to Mother's Day. Anthony just joined. Anthony just came on. Anthony, for the last 5 years, has played for Cinco de Mayo. Anthony, we're going to miss you today for Cinco de Mayo. You're welcome to come play in the parking lot if you're around. Kevin's on. Hey, Kevin. Steve's saying, what about tart cherry and nitric oxide supplements work? See, for supplements, I love to call a company called Life Extensions. Life Extensions is out of Florida. If you become a member, they ship things to you free. You can talk to a health counselor. You can send them your blood work. You can talk to them and say, hey, I have this wrong, I have this wrong. And the nice thing is they'll send you all the scientific literature for the nutrients that support whatever condition you're trying to help. Life extensions, lifeextensions.com. I use them. I don't get money for referring them, but I love life extensions. I'll call them and I get to speak to somebody who is qualified to actually give you advice on supplements. All right. So, and they actually send you the scientific literature. If you say, for example, you say, I have XYZ wrong with me, they'll go to PubMed, they'll go to all the scientific literature, and then they will send you they'll send you all the protocols and everything that have been double-blind placebo, all that kind of stuff, and say, here you go, the power's in your hands now. But I buy my pomegranate complex from them, Steve. I get my nitric oxide from beet juice that I drink. Green Sue, green leafy veg, really good for all that. So, Bonnie wants to know, what's my guilty indulgence? Wine, alcohol, wine. I love wine. Red wine, right wine. Jamie's Manhattan. That's my. That's. Anthony's saying he's currently taking vitamin C. I take almost, 6, 8, 10, 12 grams a day of vitamin C and water. The one thing you want to call somebody who knows or talk to somebody who knows about vitamins, folks, is because a lot of people will take vitamin C and they'll just take 5 grams at one shot. You're going to pee it out. It's water soluble. It's going to go out of your system. You just wasted 4 grams, 3.5 grams of vitamin C because you took it all at one shot. To people that understand, to buy from somebody who's qualified. They will tell you, oh, you want to take a lot of vitamin C? You should be taking 1.5 grams every 2 hours so it stays in your system and absorbs into your system. So you need to talk to people like that. To go into the store in Walmart and pick up vitamins off the shelf is probably something you do not want to do. All right? Talk to somebody, talk to a professional. I like life extensions. And again, I'm taking 6, 8, 10, 12 grams a day. Vitamin C is an amazing supplement. Decades and decades of research on it. And the RDA is like 75 milligrams a day, which is nothing. You can whisper vitamin C on top of water and get your RDA. Sometimes those RDAs are set extremely, extremely, extremely low. Because we might take our health into our own hands and not have to go to the doctor as much. So, all right, Mother's Day. I'm making omelets in the garden. I'll have the burner out there. I'll be cracking eggs. I'll be making a salmon Benedict from wild salmon, salmon cakes. We'll be making our breakfast pizza. We'll be making morel mushroom risotto, if these beauties are still around, hopefully. Morel mushroom risotto. I mean, these are incredible. Oh, so we had them growing in the garden last year. One of the guests was like, you got some big morels out in the garden. I'm like, no, I don't. Sure enough, I walk out there in the middle of the kale. Literally, I had 2 big morels like that. All right, these are massive morels. All right, so this is a tequila bottle, and that's the morel, folks. I had 2 of them out in the garden like that last year. So Mother's Day, I'll be cooking in the garden. You come and get takeout. If you want to sit down in a park bench, a table that's out in the parking lot, in the municipal parking lot, they'll be out there. If you want to eat in the car, we'll be blasting music from. If you come in most nights, most days, you'll hear that I'm blasting music in the parking lot, because I want people to be entertained, relax, hear a song that they haven't heard in a while. We're playing the road trip, classic road trips playlist off of Spotify. So a lot of cool road songs while you're sitting in your car eating. A lot of people sit out there and eat, so we encourage that if you want to do that. Sit there in your car and eat. Social distance and eat. Tailgate and eat, as long as you're social distancing and being safe. I don't have a problem with you doing that. It's a municipal parking lot. And I asked the village a while back, and they said, we're not going to stop people from, as long as they're practicing safe, we're not going to stop people from eating in their cars, sitting on a park bench and eating, walking out of your place with food and going down and sitting down outside of it. We're not going to stop them as long as everybody's safe, being safe. So that's the story with that. Don't have 20 friends come sit in the back of a pickup truck in the parking lot and say that I said you can do that, because that's not safe, right? So be safe. Common sense, and don't make the police show up. So, Steve, I'm not selling morels. I'm actually, you want to buy some, don't you, Steve? They would go great with those scallops you had. So those are the morels that were picked yesterday locally here. They're going into risotto for the menu tonight. They're going into I'm sure, Steve, these would be amazing with those scallops you bought from us, Steve. These would be amazing. If you're cooking scallops, maybe I'll save a couple of these for you, Steve. Cook me some scallops, and I'll give you some morels. So you read my mind. So we're making we're making morel risotto with those. Those just came in yesterday locally, right here at Local Forager. I'm so excited about these. I'm really excited. So let's see what else is going on. I started the beginning of this with we're not breaking the law. The laws have temporarily changed right now. When this whole thing went down, where I can now sell you alcohol to go, I can sell you alcohol to leave the building. I can, as long as you buy food. You can buy a hummus, an order of hummus for $5, and I can sell you 30 margaritas. There's no limit on the drinks. I can deliver you an order of hummus, order of mashed potatoes, and 20 Manhattans, or 3 bottles of tequila. I'm allowed to act like a combination of an on-off premise license right now, where I can make drinks and send them out, and I can send out full bottles of some wine, beer, and all this kind of stuff. By the way, there's some of our Bail Me Out IPAs left. Bail Marcus out of trouble. I've got some more of these really cool stuff. LIC. Next week's Bail Me Out. We're looking at the list from all the beer distributors today, Cody and I, and I'm super excited because I was drinking the one beer this Sunday, and I was like, oh man, this beer is really good. We need to get it in the 4-pack. I was drinking it at another place. We were after a half marathon we ran up at Brew up in Rock Hill. We went to Brew afterwards and got a couple of beers, a bunch of us. So we ran this half marathon course up there, the Celebrate Life. So we did that. So I got an exciting beer coming in there that we had. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so not breaking the law. I can send out alcohol. I'm still not allowed to advertise free alcohol. If I advertise free alcohol, I'll be in trouble. The Liquor Authority does not like restaurants to lose money on alcohol. So, for example, if I paid $30 for this, I have to sell it for a profit. I'm not allowed to sell it at cost, and I'm definitely not allowed to sell this for $29. So that's the one thing. I cannot sell it for less than I paid for it. I'm not allowed to advertise for free. I'm not allowed to advertise complimentary. I'm not allowed to do things like that. I have to show that I'm making money on what I'm selling. The Liquor Authority wants us to do that. They've not changed that law. Joanne, where are you located? Joanne, we're in Ellenville. We are in Ellenville, right on Canal Street. Aroma Time Bistro. Been here since 2004, farm to table. The new menu is going to be coming out soon. Hopefully we'll be open up so you can come in and sit down and have our new menu. But we've been working on the menu. We're sticking the farm to table. We're actually amping our farm to table up, and we are going to more of a tapas style menu. Farm to table tapas cuisine is what it's going to be. It is smaller plates, shareable plates. Price is coming down a lot. Instead of having a $30 steak on the menu, it's going to be a $19.99 steak. Instead of having a $30 salmon, it's going to be a $16 salmon. Instead of having a $30 lobster, shrimp, and scampi, it's going to be a $19.99 one. All the prices will be coming down. All the prices will be coming down across the board on things like that. I just priced out our porterhouse, which is $65 on our menu, which we sell a good amount of those. It's coming down to $39. So we're realizing times are changing. We've been following the trends, and we've been on the phone with a lot of winemakers, a lot of conferences, a lot of webinars, and the theme is that restaurant prices will be dropping. And so we thought of that as soon as this whole thing happened. Like, people don't need, this is why we do our $9.99 special every day. People don't need a $30 steak every night. Be us saying, here's our steak, here's our steak, here's our salmon. So this is why we've dropped all the prices across the board, or at least we do a $9.99 special every single night. Our appetizers will stay the same prices, but our entrees will come way down and blend in. And you order the sides. So if you want potatoes, you order potatoes. What we find a lot is that people will get a burger, they'll get the coleslaw and the potatoes on it, and the plate comes back, and they don't eat the potatoes, or they don't eat the coleslaw. And they're like, well, no, I was either full or I don't eat that stuff. So might as well just drop the price down. And if you want the potatoes, let us know you want the potatoes. A lot of places do that with fries. You could order the burger, or do you want fries with that instead of just including it? So you drop the prices down, And if you don't want that, you don't buy it. You save money, but the prices come down anyway. So that's exactly what we're doing here. That's our version of the menu that we'll be launching here pretty soon. So that's it for now, folks. I talked about a lot. Thank you, everybody. Oh, Melissa says, May 15th, are you opening? Opening May 15th. Is something going on May 15th? The restrictions weren't lifted, were they? I don't know about restrictions being lifted. If as soon as the day they say we can open, we're opening like people can come in and sit down. Right now, you can walk in. We schedule people on sort of appointments or every half an hour, 15 minutes. So if you call in and order dinner, you would come in and we would say, 5:30, 6 o'clock. You'd come in, the few of you, or we do curbside delivery. You walk in, you take a look at our grocery store stuff, everything that's out. If you want to buy more things, that's the best way. That's the best way to check out our list. We do a list every day of groceries. Our groceries are rocking and rolling. Our groceries are rocking and rolling. We have a lot of stuff here for sale, and we're selling a lot. So Steve is saying the current government order expires, but not sure what will happen following the 15th. I'm sure that they're probably going to extend it. I'm sure that's going to happen, or at least as the governor, I've heard him say he's going to phase in opening up certain parts of the state. Probably be extended a bit more. Yeah, restaurant closure order will probably extend a bit more. That's what I'm assuming, unless you're talking about Rochester or somewhere else where there's 0 cases. Karen wants to know, any Cinco de Mayo specials? Margaritas. How much are margaritas tonight, Jamie? No, Jamie's not here. So we have a deal on margaritas. We just sent out the email. Margaritas with our House Pueblo Viejo tequila. Carmen is a distillery owner. At one point, she was the only distillery owner in all of Central and South America. The most female-friendly workplace in Mexico. She gives free child daycare and hires mostly women. She's a humanitarian. Her husband was killed in the 90s over the agave wars. She kept the distillery, which they thought she'd give it up and relinquish her supply of agave. And she has a successful business to this day, Pueblo Viejo. It is an amazing, amazing tequila from an amazing producer, an amazing woman, an amazing workplace. Pueblo Viejo, very female-friendly. Free child daycare on work. She's doing a great job, Carmen. So we support her. It's a few bucks more for a well. It's actually a bit more than any well tequila out there, but this is our well because it meets a mission, and we love what we do here. And that's part of our mission, supporting do the real thing. They do the real thing, all right? There's a lot of companies that don't do the real thing. They cut corners. They hire as cheap a labor as possible. They throw a lot of advertising money around. They bribe people to buy their products. They give salesmen big bonuses. They give them vacations. They do a lot of things that is not so nice. Not every company, but a lot of companies do that. And we try not to partake in companies that do that kind of stuff. So level playing field and good product is what we're looking for. So our margaritas are on sale tonight. I don't know the exact price, Karen. We have our $19.99 tuna entree, which is usually $33. It's $19.99 tonight. And our $9.99 special is Jamaican jerk chicken. Chicken thigh, boneless chicken thigh, dry rubbed with Jamaican jerk spices, grilled nice and slow, and then we finish it cooked to slow braise in tomatoes with Jamaican jerk paste, and it's really, really awesome stuff. Nice and tender over rice and sauteed vegetables. That's the story with that. That's tonight. And of course, mushroom risotto, morel mushroom risotto. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go out and go for my run now. Today, if you've been following me, today's day number 499 of running, cycling, or hiking in a row. Day 499. So tomorrow's the big celebrated 500th day of running in a row. I consider it running, cycling 6 miles, hiking 3 miles, or running. But most days have been a run. Most days have been at least more. Saturday was a half marathon. So that is something that I've committed to myself a year and a half ago. It'll be 2 years. It'll be 2 years this Christmas, day before Christmas Eve. It'll be 2 full years. So, and that's it, folks, for now. Anybody have any questions before I log off? Joanne says, I think I'll move to Ellenville. Awesome. That's great. that'd be a great Yelp review if somebody loved eating here and they said, I think I'll move to Ellenville. The ceiling is not tin. It's Armstrong Tile 906 or something. It's an extremely good paint job. The ceiling is a really good paint job. It's not tin. It's not metal. It's a really good paint job. So that's it. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to everybody later. Jamie will be on doing her drink of the day, which will probably be a margarita in celebration of Cinco de Mayo. If the lockdown wasn't happening in the years past, we would do what's called Drinko de Mayo. Drinko de Mayo. Margaritas all month long. We just didn't do that this year. We didn't do Drinko de Mayo. We're sticking to Cinco de Mayo. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and I've got to get rocking and rolling and get some stuff done, and you'll see Jamie live here in a bit, and I'll be cleaning some mushrooms, and I'm smoking wings and making some salmon cakes. Talk to you later.